sot është një skenë reale ku arkitektura ka kaluar nga ideologjia e imponuar në dialog të hapur ndërkombëtar. Mbi 150 studio arkitekture nga e gjithë bota janë pjesë e këtij rrugtimi, nga konkurset e hapura deri tek projektet e bashkëpunimit me studio shqiptare. Shqipëria është kthyer në një laborator të mendimit bashkëkohor për qytetin, territorin dhe njeriu.
For me, is the most important and most interesting thing that is happening here is that you are able to join that amount of really good architects. I mean, it's like bringing the best knowledge in the world all together here and letting them to do interesting things for the future, of course, for the future of Albania, that is going to be there forever. Opening the schools to some workshops, some classes that we are more connected to them. Somehow we can give more our experiences, and also they can give us their thoughts and the knowledge and their culture as well.
It takes a good leadership for architecture as well. Yeah, architects alone cannot accomplish this. And of course, with the users, but also in the politics side, I think what the Prime Minister has been doing is a really exceptional and really encouraging.
There are two Albanias, in my opinion, in architectural perspective. Tirana is something else. Tirana is a laboratory, in my opinion. But when you go to coast, you should be more protective, in my opinion. So you cannot do everything there. As an architect who is working mostly on that area, I would like to have more protection from the government side as well.
In the Wild West at the time of it, but there's a kind of an idea of that spirit. Already two in a way client conditions, two people, two groups of people. One flourishing, I mean the flower tower, funny enough, the project is even called that way. Another one in a way collapsing. I mean the project which we're now actually starting to build, the flower tower, it's the immediate result of this one-to-one dialogue. Creating, making care, taking care of, bringing in hierarchies to take care is the ultimate, I would say, tool of architecture. And if we manage that, I mean, and I think the best projects today show that way, it will be an example for the rest of Europe.
Në zemër të festivalit ngrihet një ekspozitë si asnjëherë më parë, një maketë gjigante e Shqipërisë me projekte të shpërndara në të gjitha anët, nga Brevdeti te qytetet e vogla. Modele të ndërtuara dhe të panisura, ide të fituara e të refuzuara, konkurse që kanë hapur rrugë të reja. Kjo është topografia e një vizioni që nuk jeton më vetëm në letra, por në qytete, në institucione, në jetë të përditshme.
Castrati group to our office. They just knocked on the door without an appointment and said, "Here, we want you to do this tower in the middle of the town." Shocking, you know. And so suddenly I'm fascinated, and it's a rare thing, I think, because Eddie Rum is like an angel.
In this context where everything is actually starting to build up, the best thing that you can do is that you actually bring many people, many strong minds together. I think that together we can really do something meaningful for the country.
I think here we have to rethink about how we have to do master plans and the projects and the buildings and so on. Something has been done not so well.
One is the continuity of the nature inside the city, and this permeability of the natural environment with the built environment. No? Second is about what to keep, what to transform, what to destroy, and I think that is something to work with very carefully.
So being part of this ARC army, as the Prime Minister likes to call it, is an honor and also a responsibility.
Pastaj kulmon dita publike, jo për të shfaqur projektet, por për të dëgjuar historitë. arkitekt, sociolog urban, artist dhe qytetar, ndajnë momente personale, dështime që sollën përparim, përplasje kulturore që hapin horizonte të reja dhe ëndra që ende kërkojnë formë. Në këtë hapësirë nuk ka podium, ka dialog, dhe aty ku ka dialog, ka të ardhme.
You've succeeded in gathering a number of architects that is just mind-blowing. It's like, I've never seen that. I was in the Biennale of Venice a few weeks ago, and I don't think there was as many architects of that caliber. You have an opportunity to go straight forward to incredible urban and architectural development without making the mistakes that many other countries have done, and I'm thinking especially about the coast.
I think there's a really unique thing in Albania is that you have so much untouched nature, probably due to the history of the country, like really untouched areas. And it would be such a shame in the future if you develop everything.
I would hope and wish that, all these projects that we're doing isn't really for only developers, but for the bigger public and community as well.
Our relationship with Edi Rama began in July last year, and then within a couple months, Alora, our team leader, came to Albania in October, and this is her third trip here, and this is my first trip. Overall, I am very optimistic, and so I see it on the ground. I can see it in the optimism, the energy of the space here.
Këtu ndërtohen pavionet përkohshme nga vetë arkitektët në bashkëpunim me klientët e tyre shqiptar. Këto nuk janë ekspozita, janë dhoma të hapura për biseda. Mund të lexosh një libër që frymëzoi një projekt, të shijosh një pije nga Japonia apo Gjermania, apo të shtrëngosh dorën e dikujt që po ndërton një shkollë në Kukës. Një kamera lëvizëse dhe një gazetar arkitekt dokumentojnë këto momente intime, jo për t'i arkivuar, por për t'i jetuar më tej.
I think we must never forget that we're working for the people of Albania, and it's not just who can do this or that better, or it's that we never forget that there's a profound history here.
Well, I came here the first time in 2005 or 2004 when I was editor-in-chief of the Domus magazine, the Domus architectural magazine. And I knew that something of new was happening here. I knew from Henri Sala, who is an artist, and he told me, my friend Eddie is changing Tirana. I think you should go there, and I came. So in 2013, we were part of we are competing for this general local master plan competition. We won with Tirana 2030 proposal. Tirana is really representing the DNA of Albania. The mountains, the valleys, the coasts are still untouched, and this is something that you don't see in other parts of the southern European coast. So my proposal is very simple, is to keep this coastal strip, when it's natural, empty.
And we participated in a competition to do a mosque and a museum of tolerance. And we won it. And what I noticed was that everybody involved from the city side, Edi Rama was the mayor back then, everybody was so young. I returned in 2013. Edi Rama has now become the Prime Minister, and I'm being invited to sort of speculate on visions for the future of Tirana, and one of the ideas we come up with is the idea to elevate the occupation of the pyramid by actually making it legally accessible and turn the the monument of a despot into a place for the people. I return some years later, and now the pyramid is becoming a monument for the people. Skanderbeg Square has become one of the most successful urban spaces in a European city. And in a way, all the ideas that happened with a lot of energy but with little resources in 2010 are now beginning to come into fruition. We are of course involved in creating the National Theatre and a handful of other projects, including a major public space around the National Theatre.
In all honesty, it's as much as it's challenging and thrilling to work here, it's also very exhausting. So it really takes a lot of energy.
One could have said, yes, I will go back. The square is done, there will be towers. It will be like Dubai, or will be like Switzerland, but it's not at all. I mean, you just add another layer, but you're not erasing at the moment, they are not erasing the layer which were there before. And this, for me, is a richness.
Arkitektura më pas takohet me muzikën e gjallë, me valltarët që luajnë me smurave të hapura, me pjatat që ndahen në terrac, me gotat që ngrihen jo për protokoll, por për shprehje mirënjohjeje. Kjo është mikpritja si akt arkitekturor, e gjallë, përfshirëse, e papërkthyeshme, por e ndjeshme.
What I want to do, not only Albania, but also in Japan or in any place, I would like to show the sort of a possibility in architecture. And I'm very happy if you or another guy see my building and, this is architecture. Or architecture can do something like this.
It's very beautiful to walk around, nice restaurants, nice towns, people in the street, a lot of people in the street. This was also something, people were not so much in the street 22 years ago. Now they're all in the street. Albania was always more like a paradise, you know, like as an architect, because, you know, like, I mean, a lot of buildings and projects that I do also in other countries, you know, that this is, it's quite tough to make radical buildings, or let's say buildings to the point, you know, this is something that is not so easy. And
I actually this year celebrate my 20th year of being here in Albania. So I first entered in 2005. I remember that moment as very fresh. When I got from the plane, it was the old airport in that time, and came down and watched the mountains, and I really felt like this is home. And so in the projects I've done, the square, the Skanderbeg Square, the Plaza Tower, and now the new building behind the Bashkia, those buildings I could not have made in Brussels. Those buildings are made because they are here. It is Albania that have designed them together through my hands, let's say. There is something in Albania that is extremely valuable. Coming from Belgium, what you have that is very rare and very scarcity is an enormous, rich amount of nature and natural reserves, rivers. And this is the first and the most priority that we have to make sure that our urbanization does not destroy that.
Si mund të jetë Shqipëria më gjithëpërfshirëse, si të ndërtojmë pa harruar, si në fakt arkitektura duhet të shërbejë si një mjet jo për të dominuar, po për të shëruar. Të gjitha këto diskutimet çojnë në manifestet e një vendi që është ende në ndërtim e sipër, por që në fakt ka themele të forta bashkëpunimi. Ky është i bashkëpunim mes Shqipërisë dhe botës, mes të shkuarës dhe të ardhmes, mes njeriut dhe hapësirës që e pret, sepse kjo është Shqipëria Next.